Hey guys, what's going on? It is Ash here coming at you today in Clash Royale. It is reset day. That means it's the first day of the new season, and I'm going to play a little bit with you guys. I'm going to use the cannon, and I think I'm going to go ahead and switch out the goblin in this Royal Giant deck for a skeleton. That way it can be kind of an in memoriam episode, remembering what used to be on the skeletons, because today, the 20th of June, is going to be the last day that the skeletons will spawn 4 skeletons instead of what will be 3. So I thought we could use the skeletons and the cannon, which will be nerfed a little bit this update as well. In case you missed any of the balancing changes, go ahead and check out my balancing video where I had the ham on, and we talked about all the changes coming up. So I also wanted to talk to you guys a little bit as I play here. I'm up against a level 9, all right? So I'm up against a level 9, and that's going to bring on the second, I guess the second theme of today's episode, and that's going to be the reset day, because today is indeed reset day, and that starts a series of what is often 3 or 4 days where people get really frustrated with the game because people who are level 9 and 10 and some even level 8s who are in Legendary Arena are reset to 3,000, but so are everybody else. You can see I just took down the right tower. Pretty easy when you're going against somebody who's only level 9. So here I'm just kind of spamming troops, to be honest with you guys. I'm going to go for a 3 crown, but I'm going to wait till my elixir is full. Then I'll drop the Royal Giant behind the King Tower right here, and then we'll just kind of wait and try to just 3 crown this guy. So I'm going to play a few matches, but odds are, because these are my first few matches of the season, actually I played 1 or 2 at work today, but because this is the first few matches of the season, we're going to be going against players who are lower level than us, probably at least the first few matches. And that kind of leads me to my next point. I think it might be time, guys, to go ahead and institute a higher reset trophy level. So instead of 3,000, don't you guys think that I'm gonna by the way, I'm gonna double up this Royal Giant over here on the right. 2 Royal Giants on the King Tower. I've never had that happen before, but again, it's pretty easy when you're going against a level 9, and this guy can't stop crying, and I don't blame him. So that's why, leading back to my point I just was trying to make there, is I think it might be time, guys, to see a lower floor to those trophies on reset day, or excuse me, a higher floor to trophies on the reset day. So we're gonna go ahead and start the next match here immediately. I forgot to clear off a chest, but I think I'm low on gems anyway. I haven't bought gems in a while on this account, so I'm not sure if I'm going to, certainly not mid-episode. So we're just gonna have to let the chest pile up. By the way, guys, did you know that if you don't get if all your chest slots are full but you continue to play anyway, do you guys know that you won't miss out on a super magical or a magical chest or even a giant chest? The game actually works so that your cycle of chests won't be disturbed if you continue to get wins and your chest slots are full. So let me re-articulate that because I did a sloppy job. If your chest slots are full and for whatever reason you don't have the gems to unlock them, or maybe you forget to, you won't miss out on a super magical chest or a giant chest or a magical chest. But back to my point regarding trophies. Here I'm against another level 9, so it's not going to be the most entertaining match ever for you guys to watch, but hopefully he doesn't beat me. That'd be really embarrassing. But he does a lot of damage here with the minion horde, but I'm going to go ahead and probably get him back with a Royal Giant. I do have 2 elixir collectors on the board. Now, whether you're the underdog or you're the favorite in a match, you shouldn't be sloppy. Don't play sloppy. Don't be super aggressive. Make sure you always build the elixir collector or put the elixir collector down on the map whenever you have it up. I'm going to make 3 right now. Well, almost 3. But you can see that I'm still using my cannon. I'm still using my elixir collector. I'm still trying to play smart here, even though I am the heavy favorite in this match. But I think the trophy reset should probably be around the 3,500 cup threshold. Maybe a little bit lower than that. Maybe I'm being a little bit too drastic. Maybe around 3,300. But the reason being is because it must be frustrating. I've never been in these shoes, so I can't speak to it personally, but I can imagine it must be frustrating to continually log on for 3 or 4 days and constantly be matched up against people who are 1, 2, or even 3 levels higher than you. Actually, it could even be 4 levels higher than you, or more, depending on how skilled you are given your level if you're in Legendary Arena as a level 7 or 8. So another 3 crown, and to be honest with you, I'm barely even paying attention to these matches because going up against level 9s, I'm kind of just sticking to the conversation points. I'm going to open up this this magical chest here. Let's see if there's anything good in it. I got this one organically. As I said, I haven't bought or purchased any chests in a long time here. I'm not seeing anything too exciting here. I'm still trying to unlock Sparky, guys. Do you guys have Sparky? If so, I'm really jealous because I still don't have Sparky. Let me go ahead and donate to my clanmates real quick, and we'll get into another match here. So now, at least it's a level 10 here, so we're going to go try to really focus on this match here. So I'm playing a Royal Giant deck. I've kind of made my point, guys. Hopefully you get the point. Hopefully you guys agree. If you don't, let me know. That way I don't advocate for you guys, because I have said a few times to Supercell that I think it might be time to go ahead and think about raising that floor on the reset day. It's really fun for people like me who have a lot higher level troops, higher level cards, excuse me, that we can go ahead and stomp people like this, but it gets a little redundant even for me, and at the same time I can imagine it being so incredibly frustrating that people might not even want to play it. So I have Royal Giant coming at me in the left lane. I'm going to go ahead and put down some skeletons real quick, some barbarians, and then we're going to zap that princess. Come on, zap. There we go. Okay, probably a wasted zap there, but okay, I'm trying to make so many points, guys, and I'm losing track. Okay, so I like this deck that I'm playing right here, not necessarily with a skeleton card in it. We're just doing that to remember the skeleton or the cannon. But the rest of the deck, I think it's a really solid option for a Royal Giant deck. If you're looking for a Royal Giant deck that is well-balanced, has a lot of defense, I mean, it has the Barbarians. In the current meta right now, it seems like you have to play either Barbarians or the Mini P.E.K.K.A. in almost every deck, at least one of the two, because you have to have something to go against that Royal Giant. I was playing an air deck last night in last night's video, and the big problem I was running into was in that deck that was Balloon, Minions, Minion Horde, and Baby Dragon. That was the crux of the deck. I didn't have anything to combat Royal Giant besides that Minion Horde, and if the opponent had, for example, maybe Fire Spirits or even a Princess or Arrows, then I was kind of screwed there, being an air player going against a Royal Giant. So here I'm actually doing pretty well, just chipping away at that right tower, and it looks like my Princess is going to get down that right tower right as we go to double elixir, and indeed she does. I'm going to go ahead and make a cannon here. I want to get the zap up. No, I don't need the zap, forget it. I thought I might have to redirect that Royal Giant away from my tower, but I was in time on that cannon. Let's go ahead and make an elixir collector over here, because things are getting a little bit hairy on my left tower. I don't want his Royal Giant to get more hits off. So I'm playing the cannon right over here near the water. Now, I find that people, for whatever reason, a lot of people who don't have a lot of experience with the game, they end up playing that cannon always in the same spot, right where my elixir collector is right now, right? And the truth of the matter is the cannon can be very, very effective on defense all the way up towards the halfway point in the map. So consider, maybe if you're not having a lot of luck with the cannon, or if you, if you're in a bind, don't be afraid to put the cannon right here, right where I just put this one. It's going to do a pretty good job on defense. It's going to stop all those low hit point troops from coming in. It's going to do a great job at distracting and putting a thorn in the side of any Royal Giant player. Obviously, if you place the cannon there for no reason whatsoever, that's going to be a bad move, because his Royal Giant will easily be able to take it out. But given a certain circumstance, you can go ahead and use that cannon up towards the top of the map there, especially against like a Hog Rider, depending on what you have, the other cards you have in your hand to counter off whatever your opponent has. So now we're playing that guy, and we're going to go ahead and wait till we have full elixir here and see what he is playing. So sometimes when I'm playing the Royal Giant deck, I'll go ahead and lead off with the Royal Giant right away just to see what the opponent's going to counter it with, but I didn't have the Royal Giant in my starting hand here, so instead I'd much rather play the Elixir Collector. So he played the Lava Hound. That means he must be low on Elixir. I'm going to go ahead and be super aggressive here. So my minions for that cannon, but they're distracted. They're not going to go on the cannon. The minions will attach to that Lava Hound, which doesn't really bother me too much. The Lava Hound's not going to do any damage here. Maybe a couple hits from those pups onto my tower, but other than that, we did a decent amount of damage with that Royal Giant on his tower, and we have 2 Elixir Collectors as of now on the board, so I'm feeling pretty good about this start to the match. However, he does go ahead and make another Elixir Collector of his own, so he plays the cannon pretty aggressively there, and I'm going to be able to counter it with my Royal Giant, but he did take out my princess. Not the best move. I was saying to play the cannon up towards the, or to consider playing the cannon up towards the close to the halfway point of the map, but you don't necessarily, as I said, you don't want to do that if you know they have the Royal Giant and plenty of elixir as well, because it was a bad trade for him. So now I have the Royal Giant against that tower. Again, he plays the Lava Hound. Unfortunately, the Lava Hound, again, isn't going to do much for him here. I'm trying to make a cannon here, but the Lava Hound doesn't do any damage. That's the problem. The Lava Hound is getting a 28% boost. Real quickly, make a cannon here. Let me distract that balloon. The Lava Hound is getting a 28% damage boost tomorrow, so that will be interesting to see if more people start playing the Lava Hound. I know it has seen a little bit of an uptick in usage. I did a decent amount of damage to this King Tower. I'm going to keep going with my offensive surge here using another Royal Giant, and I'm going to put the Princess right behind him. Let's see, he plays the cannon, doesn't have a zap spell, so it doesn't look like he's going to be able to divert my Royal Giant's attention away from that King Tower, and I'm going to get it right there, 3 crown. I like it. So let's go ahead and play one more match today. Hopefully we get a level 11. This is what I'm talking about, guys. This must be so frustrating for my opponents. I'm calling on you, Supercell. I know you're listening. Consider raising that floor on reset day. I know Clash of Clans has not raised that floor, but it's a little bit different because in Clash of Clans, everybody pretty much, or at least 90% of the people who are pushing in Legendary, I was going to say Arena, in Legends League are almost max bases anyway, so it doesn't really affect that game like it does this game. So anyway, let's go ahead and play. Okay, we have a level 11 here, so let's really focus on this match. We're playing another Royal Giant deck. I'm going to go ahead and zap as soon as these minions get over the Royal Giant. That looks good. Skeleton, he's going to arrow my princess. I don't think his Royal Giant is going to get one hit. He does not. Wow, I can't keep up with this match. Okay, so I have one Elixir Collector. I liked that start because his Royal Giant didn't get any hits on my tower, and I still was able to maintain my Elixir advantage with my Elixir Collector not being hit at all. So now we have 2 Elixir Collectors. We certainly have the Elixir advantage here. Let's go ahead and think about some offense. So I'm going to play a princess over here. If he has a fireball, he's probably going to use it now. So I'm trying to bait a fireball because I know I have barbarians that I plan on playing in just a second here. So no fireball. Instead, he plays a princess of his own there. So that's good. Now let's do Royal Giant. And I don't necessarily want to do okay, now let's do a zap against these barbarians and then get these, the minion horde a little bit late there. That was an awful play by yours truly. It's okay, we'll recover here. My princess will take down his barbarians and Valkyrie there, but now I think, let's get these skeletons really quickly. Bye-bye, skeletons. Oh man, the skeletons let me down. On the last day I'm going to use the skeletons, they let me down. Okay, he's playing a Royal Giant way back there. We're going to just go ahead and keep pumping it out here. I don't care about his Royal Giant being played. I'm not a big fan of Royal Giants being played way back there unless you have a big Elixir pump advantage, A, or B, it's the last minute of the match. I think it's a little bit too slow of a play here. I'm able to counter it from a million miles away. As you can see, I got like 3 or 4 hits off his left tower. He didn't get any on mine, or maybe he will get one on mine. Okay, so he got 1 hit on my tower. It's okay. Oh, another Royal Giant. Wow, I wasn't ready for that. Okay, let's cannon up real quick. Triangle defense here. He attached. Jeez, I'm gonna have to zap this Royal Giant. I didn't even get him. Jeez, this is an awful match by me. Let's go ahead and try to recollect ourselves. I'm going to play a Royal Giant. I want to keep going at that tower. Instead, he plays the Elixir Collector. That's okay. My princess is on his barbarians. He has the arrows ready. I'm going to drop my skeletons right after he drops his arrows. Hopefully, I won't have to deal with these barbarians on defense. I'm going to build my 3rd Elixir Collector. Now, my 2nd again. I'm going to put my cannon down, my minions, and skeletons. I just need to get this Royal Giant on the board ASAP here. I'm going to make another cannon. I can't have him doing too much more damage to my left tower. Zap real quickly. Retarget onto my cannon. Now we're looking good. Now we need to get our Royal Giant on his tower right now. So Royal Giant down. I think this will be our win here. I just need to get a cannon or Elixir Collector up here. Okay, Elixir Collector will work. Okay, looking good, looking good. Come on, come on. 1 hit. 2 hits, rather. 2 hits. 1, 2, boom, done. Whew. All right, that was intense. Okay, so good win. We only won in today's episode, but you know, that was because of the level advantage, not because of my tremendous skill. But guys, I'm interested to hear your thoughts. My phone's dying too, so we are double ready to end this episode. Guys, do you agree with me? Do you disagree? How do you feel about the cannon and the skeleton nerf? Are you guys okay with it? And by the way, guys, stay tuned because my first episode tomorrow with a new update is going to be with the Triple P deck, the Prince, the Dark Prince, and the P.E.K.K.A. Gonna see how strong it is. Maybe I'll even throw in a witch there too, so stay tuned for that tomorrow, guys. Thank you so much for spending a little bit of your day with me. I truly appreciate it, guys. As always, take care.
We don't play for fame, we don't play for cash. We just play for the glory and the crash of the ash.